The Chicago Bulls take an L to the Charlotte Hornets for the first time in 2 years. We got to talk about it, as I can't believe what I just saw. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video, please subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We are getting back to doing our Chicago Bulls content here over on the Windy City Breeze. And of course, gonna get the Chicago Bulls Breeze back up and running. A lot been going on here, but might as well. I'm doing Locked On Bulls anyway. By the way, I'm back doing Locked On Bulls, so tap in with me and Hayes later tonight as we go live recapping this struggle of a loss. Listen, here's what it comes down to for me in this game. This is a game of mistimed effort and some poor coaching down the stretch. Bulls take their first L to the Charlotte Hornets for the first time in 2 years at the United Center. A 125-123 loss. Nikola Vucevic absolutely balled tonight. 40 points from Vuce, 13 rebounds. He shot 68% from the field. Remember that number there, because listen, it wasn't all good, and there's a point I'm going to make at the very end of this about how this game ended here. But Zach LaVine had 19 on 7 of 15 shooting. Kobe White contributed 18 on 6 of 7 shooting. I don't have problems with those numbers because realistically speaking, if Vuce is going for 40, somebody's taking the shots, and it's probably not Zach or Kobe. Here's where my problem comes down, right? Chicago Bulls throughout pretty much the first half of this game just showing little to no effort on defense. Now in the second quarter, they did a better job turning defense into offense. Actually ended up winning the second quarter 42-37, getting some turnovers in there, forcing some steals, causing some difficult deflections for the Charlotte Hornets. But at the end of the day, right, it comes down to what can you do to actually hold the lead, and the Bulls were not able to do that in the first half of this game, because at the end of that second quarter, they fell back into the same old trap that we continue to see the Chicago Bulls team fall into game in and game out. You got those moments of effort. You've got situational awareness, but you don't continue to go all out. They go in the third quarter, they're balling. I mean, they're going at it. They dominate to me in the third quarter. I thought this was the best quarter. Zach LaVine really going off. 10 of his 19 points coming in that third quarter. Nikola Vucevic having a solid quarter, 6 points as well, but needed some quick scoring. Zach LaVine 2 for 3 from the three-point line in that quarter. Thought you did a really good job of getting the ball to him, getting the ball to the hot hand, and opening up some good shots for Zach. Also, just did a nice job defensively in that third quarter. Josh Giddey, dare I say, had some nice moves in the third quarter as well, kind of opening some things up. Bulls not able to knock down all of the shots there, but they did muster shooting 57% from the field and 37% from the three-point line. Not bad numbers, and they get back into this game, but now it comes down to the final fourth quarter. And again, we talk about falling into habits. They fell back into their old habits as always. No effort, no defensive effort, no defensive pressure. Gave up 27 in the fourth, but it literally was just because they weren't able to Charlotte wasn't able to knock down, I should say, enough of those shots that they took. Only 36% from the field there, 9 for 25, but some wide open looks. But here was the problem, right? Bulls kind of fight their way back in this fourth quarter, but now it's just like, okay, well, the pressure's on. There's 4 minutes to go. Now we got to attack. It can't take that long. It can't take till there's 4 minutes left in the game for you to go, okay, it's time for us to wake up. I don't know what team you think you are, but you're not them. I don't know what team somebody told you you were, but you're not them. You are a team that needs to have this effort that you showed in the last 4 minutes, that you showed in the third quarter for the entire game. And for some reason, there is a disconnect with this team in that moment. And then we get to the end of the game. Listen, it's a close game. Bulls kind of fight their way back into this thing in the fourth. 125-123 was the final, right? Gets close. You get to the free throw line a couple times, knock down some shots, get you an opportunity after Vasily Miksic misses the second free throw on a foul. You take the timeout, and the play that you draw up Now, remember, I said Vooch shot 68% from the field in this game. 32 of those points of that 40 was in the paint. 32 of that 40 points he scored was in the paint. He was 6 for 9 from the field in the fourth. 17 points. 14 of those points are in the paint. You're down 2. The final shot of the game, you draw up for a drive and kick out to Vooch, top of the key, pull up 3. Billy Donovan, what are we doing? I understand that we're in a 3-point shooting league, but why are we going for the kill in that moment? You've dominated them down low the entire game. They're expecting you to go down low. You know what that means? One of 2 outcomes is going to happen. Vooch is going to go big, go up and over Mark Williams as he has the entire game and get the bucket in, or he's going to get fouled. You're at home. It makes no sense to draw up a 3. Then it's the scatter. Ball goes over to Zach LaVine. 5 seconds left. He pulls it, can't get it. Ayo DeSumo tries to float it in. You lose the game. I don't understand why on the final play of the game, when Nikola Vucevic, to that point, had shot 2 for 6 or 2 for 5 from the 3-point line, why your logic said, let's go for the kill. Let's draw up a 3-point shot for Vooch. Now, open look. It was an open look. It was a good look at the rim. But he's killing somebody down low, and this is very indicative of who the Chicago Bulls are. They're not going to continue to go to the thing that is working in the moments that you need them to continue to go to it. Dare I say, for most of the game, you did a phenomenal job. For most of the game, I thought you did a really good job saying, oh, Vooch is killing Mark Williams down there. Keep giving him the basketball. But in that moment, you decide to go drive and kick, pull up 3 to Nikola Vucevic, who at that point was 2 for 5. Got to be smarter than that in that moment, Billy. Got to be better than that in that moment, Billy. This game and this season to me has come down to subpar coaching and subpar effort from the Chicago Bulls. And yet again, that bites them in the butt tonight. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Listen, on the flip side of this thing, you had a Charlotte Hornets team that came to play. LaMelo Ball looked absolutely phenomenal tonight. 7 for 19. Didn't shoot the ball really well, but when you talk about the continuous contribution, how he was able to always get to the bucket at will, 9 assists on the night tonight. I mean, like, that to me is something that you can't quantify. Mark Williams is an absolute monster. He's somebody that I would have loved for the Chicago Bulls to find a way to get in the draft. I know he went high up, but he was somebody that I really, really was excited about, and he's just showing out. 19 and 19 tonight, going right back at Vooch. Didn't have as efficient of a night as Vooch, but still a really efficient night, 52% from the field. And listen, closed out one of the, I will say this, a game-saving block. Now, I don't know if Lonzo knocks it down, but the Bulls had some phenomenal ball movement. The ball gets to the corner. Lonzo Ball looks like he's wide open. I mean, Mark Williams basically jumps from the paint to block this shot and sends it the other way. That is a game-saving shot. That would have tied this game up at that point. I believe it was 124, 121. Would have tied this game up at 124. You got a different ball game finishing this game out. I hate what we saw in the outcome of this. I hate the effort that we continue to see out of the Chicago Bulls. If you're not going to show up for the entire game, then why are you showing up at all? And I'm not sitting here telling you got to have that effort just on the defensive side of the floor. I get it. It's going to be situational. Welcome to the modern NBA. But that means that you need to absolutely be getting yourself the best shot that you can every play and going out there and dominating. You can't have these quarters where there's just lulls. I mean, the first quarter, you started off getting your butt kicked 36-29. You fight your way back. But in that quarter early on, it looked like they were going to blow you out and run away with it. You're at home. You're on this homestand. You went 1-4. The Chicago Bulls are the only team in a playoff play-in situation in the East with a losing record at home. Now 8-15 at home, 10-9 on the road. The only team in the Eastern Conference playoff and or play-in race with a losing record at home. Why can't you defend home? Why aren't you showing this effort at home? You had a 5-game homestand and you squandered all of it. Absolutely a joke what we saw tonight from the Chicago Bulls. Absolutely a joke what we saw in this homestand. And now you get, as a reward, you get to go on the road. Sad, man. The only saving grace is the next game that you have is against the Trailblazers out in Portland. But as we've seen the last couple of games here, you can't sleep on the Portland Trailblazers because the Bulls lost to the G League Hawks. The only win you were able to muster out of this, to, dare I say, some subpar teams, 3 of the 4 that you went up against here was against the was against, or 3 of the 5, I should say, was against the Wizards. It's the only win you were able to muster up. That's sad. That's concerning. And it is who you are at this point. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We will be posting Bulls content on here after every single Bulls game, so stay tapped in with us, man, and make sure that you tune in with me and Hayes over on Locked On Bulls as we further break this game down. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See Red Nation. Stand up. Peace.